Hey everybody, AceFangirl here, and welcome to the debriefing for Holiday Star Blind. First and foremost, I would like to say that I am a moron. This is my second time recording this video because I accidentally deleted my first take when I was trying to clear off space to edit the second bonus episode, because that was freaking long. And so I was clearing out my files, and I think I must have accidentally deleted this file. Whoops. So here we are again. And maybe it's for the best because this debriefing was kind of scattered and crazy because honestly I don't really know what to say about this game. I've already said a lot that I wanted to say in the bonus episodes, but here we go anyway. So I wrote myself a full schedule in my new notebook. It's pretty. I like it. So first and foremost, since I'm a day late, because I wanted to post this on Single Awareness Day! Happy Single Awareness Day, everyone. I made that joke last year, didn't I? No, I mean Happy Valentine's Day. I figured it would be appropriate to post the debriefing on Valentine's Day. Just think about it. A year ago today, we were playing Nageki's Route. Remember when I said I thought that wouldn't be sad? Those were the good old days, before I knew what was going on in this stupid pigeon dating sim that I love so much. Yeah, look where we are now. Finishing the second one, right? It's crazy. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by talking about the game itself, anything that I haven't discussed yet. I'm going to talk about my overall thoughts on the project, and then my timeline for the next couple weeks, because I'm starting to get very busy, but I have my plans all set, so hopefully you all are excited. But before we do that, let's talk about this game. Holiday Star was, as you all know, I'm sure, released on Steam on December 15th, which is the day that I started the LP. I recorded the first episode as soon as it came out. It had obviously been around for a while before that, like Hatoful Boyfriend was, but I had no way of playing it because I have a Mac, and Mac and original game don't get along. So I had to wait, and I know there were so many of you who were requesting that I play this, so I'm very glad that I ended up playing it for you. Sorry, I'm having a bad hair day today. I'm very glad that I ended up playing it for all of you who are like me and couldn't play it maybe, or, you know, just wanted to see my reactions to it. I hope I didn't disappoint you. So let's start. Episode 1, which seems like forever ago now, was the Christmas Thieves episode where we met Miru and Kaku for the first time, and it was kind of like our introduction back into the world of Hatoful Boyfriend. It was pretty standard fare for the typical kooky, crazy Hatoful Boyfriend storylines. Not getting dark yet, but just getting us back in touch with the characters, seeing how we're all doing. It was super fun, and I loved it. It was super cute. Love Miru and Kaku. That's a great addition to the crazy cast of characters we already have. And it was super fun to just see everyone together again. And, you know, what is Hatoful Boyfriend without some Yuga action, right? We'll talk about that. Episode 2 was the Angel episode. I'm actually glad that I'm re-recording this because it gave me a chance to look at your comments on the last bonus episode, and Speclad, I believe, informed me that you get that picture that I was missing in the gallery by actually dying in episode 2, probably during the battle with Tori. I didn't even know that you could die, so when I'm going back and playing the dating sim to get that achievement, I can try and play through episode 2 again and get that picture, and maybe I'll tweet it out or something, so keep an eye on my Twitter if you want to see that. It'll probably happen sometime in the near future. But that episode was fun. It was good because Angel wasn't in the first episode, and he wasn't really even in the rest of the game, so it was kind of cool, although we do find out why, but it was cool to have an episode entirely around Angel, and of course we did need to introduce Tori somehow. So I'm glad that we were able to do it like that. It was super fun. And loved the laser powered by otakus and fangirls. Real talk though, the fangirl thing is super true. We'd never be able to fire a laser because we can't agree on anything. So I think that was a really creative episode. I loved it. It was super fun. And again, not dark, crazy, kooky, hatful boyfriend antics. Always good in my book. Then we got to episode 3. Now, I was informed going into it that it was a giant reference to Night at the Galactic Railroad, which I believe I mentioned in an episode sounded familiar to me. Not that I'd read it, but I just heard it. Well, I found out where. I've been watching Lukagen's playthroughs of Hatful Boyfriend now that I'm done with Hatful Boyfriend Blind, and I just watched her play through Nageki's Route. And in Nageki's Route, he asks you for a book recommendation, and the book that you recommend him is actually Night at the Galactic Railroad. So that's kind of cool that they kind of threw that line in there and then made a whole episode based on it. A whole 2 episodes, I suppose. But that's super fun, and I really like that because I was super confused. I was like, where have I heard this before? I know I've heard this before, but whatever. That was fun. I really liked, I mean, even the first half of it wasn't super dark. Well, it got dark at the end, but I mean, before that, it was just everyone having fun in a dream world. We got to see everyone, and we got to see some people in cute costumes, like Ryota and Oko-san, and we got to see Shu up to his usual antics, and of course Sakuya having a tea party, because that's what Sakuya does, and Yuya being a badass as usual. And then we got to hang out with Nageki, which I always enjoy, because, I mean, if you know anything about Nageki, you don't really get to hang out with him in any settings outside the library, so it's kind of fun to be able to take him out into the world, have a good time, play with him in the real world with some other birds. It's great. And then you hit episode 4 and everything rapidly goes downhill. Here's the Bad Boys Love edition in Holiday Star, right? You thought Holiday Star got dark, or you thought Hatful Boyfriend got dark really quick. Holiday Star was like super dark. I don't know what that was. I don't even know what that means. But, wow, that was insane. And, so I was gonna save the storybook symbolism for this video, but I already did that, so we're gonna skip that. Okay. Obviously, the thing that we're gonna need to talk about here is Hitori and Kazuaki. Now, I've gotten a couple messages on Twitter asking me to talk about my thoughts on Hitori, and all of that. So here's what I think. Obviously, he had to go through some kind of emotional change, because even Ryota says in the radio episodes when he answers that question that he's a fine, upstanding gentleman, and he's kind of awesome. But clearly, he can stoop so low as to murder and identity theft, and that's insane. Like, it shouldn't even be the same person, but it is. Here's what I think. Hitori was perfectly happy living with Nageki, and then when he sent Nageki away to St. Pigeon Nations, he thought Nageki was fine. He thought he was having a good school life until he went to go see Nageki and saw him die in the fire. And I think that changed him, because he realized, well, although this isn't true, but he realized that this was kind of his fault. He did this to Nageki because he sent him here. And so I think that guilt is what changed him and enabled him to do all these things, like killing the original Kazuaki, stealing his identity, and doing all this undercover, covert operation stuff, to try and get vengeance for Nageki. And also, as we saw in Bad Boys Love, he was kind of being influenced by like a dark shadow version of Nageki, although not really a version of Nageki, just like his own guilt probably in the form of Nageki. But it was not controlling him, but like telling him what to do. And I think that was born when he saw Nageki die. Like, and that was what changed him. Which is horrible. But I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. I think that character is so well developed, and I would love to learn even more about it if there ever is another Hatful Boyfriend, which I've heard there's a third one, but they're still translating it, so I hope it gets translated, like, someday. That would be really cool. Obviously, the other thing that we should talk about is the king. The king himself is also a very interesting character, only because he's so critical to the plot of the whole thing, and you don't even know really who he is until I just lost my train of thought, until this game, because we knew that Kazuaki had to take someone's place to become who he is so that no one would recognize him as Hitori. But we didn't know who that bird was until right now. And being able to get that glimpse into that bird's life before he was killed by Nageki, or why do I keep saying Nageki? I keep getting confused with Nanaki. I'm calling him Kazuaki, okay? But before he was killed by Kazuaki was just insane. I think he did have, I'm not gonna give a diagnosis or anything. I'm a psych major, it's what I do. But obviously he was very depressed, and he wanted to die, but he didn't want to die. And I think that's the key here, because that's what Kazuaki was looking for. He was looking for someone that he could take advantage of and convince that he was their friend, and then just betray them at the last second. Because he didn't feel any guilt for it, because he was working towards an end goal. That being said, I do think, I'm surprised we did expect this game to get dark. Like, that was a given. We knew it was gonna get dark. But that is I don't know how I'd feel about it. Like, from a personal perspective, I like it because it's a good storytelling thing. It was a good plot, and we really kind of needed that background. But, it's so triggering. Like, there are people that actually feel that way, and I'm just concerned. Like, that's why I think, I don't remember if I put a trigger warning on the actual episode, but I know I put a trigger warning on something in the radio episodes that I don't want to discuss, but that I was just surprised they just pulled out like nobody's business, because there are people that have serious problems with that. And not that I'm saying that you should just like stop the episode and put in a trigger warning, but like, it's just a sensitive area. And I do want to say that if you are feeling that way, if you are feeling the way the king was, I don't want to say don't feel that way, but you are important, you are loved, and there's always someone there for you, be it anybody. Just try and talk about it. I know it's really hard, but it's very, very important, because honestly, if you were to do what the king did, the world would be losing a very special person. I don't even know you, and I can say that with complete certainty. So, I guess what I'm saying is, if you feel that way, please get help. Reach out to someone, anyone that you trust. Even reach out to me. I don't care. I'll talk you through it, because, I care about you. I care about all of you. And I really want everyone to be happy and okay, and I love you all so much. And it would break my heart to know that any of you are feeling that way. And, yeah. That episode, there's so much to discuss. The lighthouse, with everything getting set on fire, all of the symbolism that connects back to Bad Boys Love is just insane. And I'm really glad that it ended happily, relatively, for everyone involved. The king found some new friends and is going to the stars to have new adventures, and we're all going back home. And Nageki is going with us, because he's not done yet. Because technically, the events of Bad Boys Love didn't happen in this pathway, so Kazuaki is still being plagued by the ghost of Nageki, and I think Nageki wants to alleviate that before he goes on to Journey of the Stars with the migrant and the king. I forgot his name for a minute. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. So, the bonus episodes, of course, were fabulous. The actual dating sim-esque episode with the human portraits, dear lord, that was incredible, and I loved every second of that. That was super fun. And I mean, you saw that I loved every second of it. It took like half of that video to get through everybody. But that was so much fun, and I really, really liked it. Happy birds are best birds. The other ones were good too. Tori got more time to shine, which, I mean, I guess he needs. Anghel, we found out why he wasn't there at the moon gathering eclipse, whatchamacallit, which is good because I was totally wondering where he was. I mean, you know he could have helped us. He would have been awesome to have in that dream. He probably would have kicked everyone's asses. Like, he's pretty cool. But, you know, he fell asleep. It happens to the best of us, I guess. What else have we got? I already forgot the other ones. Oh, no. They were good. I liked them a lot. I remember liking everything. I really liked the bloopers, bonus features type thing. I don't know why I called them bloopers. They weren't really bloopers. Like extended scenes in the very end, the very last thing that you unlock, which is super fun. I really like that. It just kind of shows what they wanted to put in the game but couldn't fit. Or maybe they made them up. I don't actually really know about that. I should probably look into the history of those because I wonder if they were in the actual game or not. God, I'm trying to remember what the bonus episodes I'm missing are. I probably should have looked this up before. I knew in the last one, but I liked them. Radio episodes were also super fun. I think that's a super cool feature, and I hope that if they actually do ever translate / make another Hatoful Boyfriend game, that they bring that back, because I will totally get in on that question box, let me tell you. It was super fun, and it was super cute. I loved how it was divided up. I liked that they addressed some stuff from Bad Boys Love, even if we didn't get all of the answers that I wanted. I did like how they talked about it a little bit. Something that I actually didn't notice in the Bad Boys Love radio episode that someone pointed out in the comments, I forget who it was, I'm sorry that I forgot your name. Someone pointed out that the name that Yuya gives, the prosecutor, is the same name as the headmaster from the original game that died, that Shu killed. And apparently in the manual for Hatoful Boyfriend, it says that Shu was like his adoptive son or something, or like maybe his actual son, something like that. I was kind of confused by the message, but it was just me reading things at 2 in the morning and not really processing. So it was not your fault, person who left the comment. It was entirely mine. But that's, Shu killed his father. You know, I wouldn't expect any less from Shu. Honestly, I wouldn't. Shu's kind of a jerk. In case you don't know that already. Seriously. Radio episodes, super fun. Loved them. Really want them to do that again. I will send many messages to my baes. Speaking of my baes, I should probably address the thing that everyone's probably wondering. Are my feelings about the list still the same? The list being my list of favorite boys, how I ranked everyone. Everything's the same until you get to 1 and 2, which were Ryota and Yuya. I think I have to move Ryota up, at least to a tied position, because that thing, you know what the thing I'm talking about is. The thing, I did not appreciate the thing. It was not good. It broke my heart, okay? My heart was broken. It was shattered. And now I can't have more than one bae in any fictional series ever because I keep thinking, what if they're like Ryota? I just feel so bad now. And then every time they're on screen together, I'm conflicted because they're both my baes. But I did qualify it, even from the beginning, with Yuya would be my fling and Ryota's my long term. So I am perfectly happy to end up with Ryota. And you know, that actually brings me into something else that someone asked me on Twitter. If they made a third Hatoful Boyfriend, well, if one gets released, that is not necessarily the third Hatoful Boyfriend that may or may not exist. And it just so happened to follow the end of Bad Boys Love, where Sakuya comes to save me and Ryota from the the underground lab, after Ryota has been cured and I am doing God knows what would I want to happen? I don't know if you guys remember this summer when I finished Hot Devil Boyfriend Blind. I did tweet that I was writing an alternate ending because I was not happy with, and by alternate ending, I mean extended ending. Like, a full extended ending of Hot Devil Boyfriend. I didn't actually finish it. I really should probably go back and finish it. It's in one of my old notebooks. But, what I did write, I don't know if I should tell you, because it's kind of funny. But I think it's the only way that I could get out of this situation. Because what I'm assuming is that when they destroyed my brain, obviously I'm gone. Like, I'm dead at that point, but my consciousness, my spirit, I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now, my spirit is living on because I was able to talk to Ryota in the end, probably after he went into, I don't know what to call it, hibernation maybe, to get cured. And I think, I don't know why I'm twirling my headphone. That looks very bad. I think, where am I going with this? I'm trying to, like, phrase it in the best way. What I wrote was that I wake up in, still in the underground lab, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck's going on? Like, and then I see Ryota, and, I mean, in my opinion, after the end, I'm pretty sure Ryota Diana is canon. So, Ryota, anyone? Ryota. I can't think of a ship name for Yuya. Yuyana? That sounds weird. I'll think about that. But, I think in the end of Bad Boys Love, Ryota has to be canon. So, what I wrote is that there's no way that my body can be recovered, obviously, because I am freaking chopped up into little pieces, and God knows where all those pieces are, right? So what I wrote is that there's been some time gone by because they had to take time to develop a cure for the Charon virus, and so and then Ryota had to hibernate, and then so probably a decent amount of time has gone by, right? So I think during that time they developed some technology to put my consciousness into a bird, and I'm now a bird. Yeah, I think that works, because obviously they can't find another human body to put me in, and I'm not just gonna float around as a spirit forever. I need some kind of vessel, or that's not gonna, like, work, like, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I just invented this completely random technology, and that's my canon. That's my canon. And then Ryota and I could be together forever. The end. It'd be great. You know, there are some problems with that, but we'll figure it out as we go, right? Right. And then he doesn't have to worry about his lifespan being longer than mine, or being shorter than mine, because I'll be a bird, so we don't need to freaking worry about that, right? Super cute. That's what I think. It's kind of creepy, but I also think it kind of works in a weird way. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you have any other canons, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Tag them with spoilers, though. Because, I mean, although this entire video is a spoiler, if it involves direct spoilers that people might, because I'm gonna tag the beginning of this video, but just in case someone scrolls down to the comments, still tag it, please. Thank you. So, overall thoughts on the project. I had so much fun playing this game for you guys. It was a great time. Absolutely loved every second of it. The game itself had some problems. Speclad and you would often see Speclad and I talking in the comments about this, where he would tell me certain things that were missing from the game. There was an update on, I believe, the 21st that fixed a lot of it, but there were still things missing. So there were some sounds missing, like there was supposed to be like a ticking clock when the king was talking about his past, or eggshells when the king was confronting Yuya about breaking Sakia's egg. Or not Sakia's egg, but the egg that he replaced Sakia with. Does that make sense? I think so. Graphical glitches with some characters not showing up on the screen. That was more early game. That didn't really happen late game much that I could tell, but it happened. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. This recording is just full of problems right now. And then, of course, I couldn't finish the game. But I think that was an issue on my end, probably with my recording software, because once I stopped recording and tried to finish the game, it worked. So I don't know what was up with that, but you didn't miss anything. I think I said that on the finale. It was just that picture at the end that you could kind of see behind the white screen. It was a thing. But, so that was a thing. I think it was just on my end, though, so I don't think I can really hold that against anyone. But overall, it is a good game, and on the summer sale, it's probably going to go on sale for really cheap. Do I recommend that you buy it? Yes, I do. Definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend. Go date my bird boys, but don't steal them from me, because they're mine. I'm watching you. So I think that's all I have to say about Holiday Star. I want to talk about my timeline real quick for the next couple weeks, because I always do that at the end. So next week, I'm taking a hiatus. As I do at the end of my LPs, I'm taking a week off, mostly because I'm gonna need some time to practice this upcoming game. My next LP will be on, the date in my notebook is not right. Hang on, sorry, I gotta count. Friday, the 20th of February. My next LP will premiere. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I don't do that. But, I did give the hint on Twitter that, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, was my hint. That's a little hard, so I'm gonna give you 2 more. I mean, I already kind of alluded to the first one. It is going to be a difficult project for me, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna work. I haven't really planned it out yet. It's like half blind, but I'm calling it not blind, because I will be using a guide the entire way through, because there's no way that I would be able to do it without it. And your third hint, your final hint, is that someone actually requested it on Twitter. They were talking to me about games they thought I should play, and they actually named the game that I was planning on playing next. And I believe I confirmed it, but there were a couple games in their list, so I did not confirm which one it is. So if you go back and look, you could probably find it, but it was a while ago, so you're going to have to do some serious digging if you want to do that. But if you want to do that, be my guest. Put theories in the comments below if you want. I won't confirm or deny, but I'm kind of interested to see what people think. Finally, contact information. You can always find me here, obviously. The next best place is probably my Twitter, which is @AceFangirl. If you want notifications on just videos, which I'm gonna get better about, I promise. I keep forgetting Facebook because I have class generally when my Wednesday videos go up, and Saturday I like to sleep in. So, my Facebook is AceFangirl. My Tumblr, if you want to see me talk about anime, and also Ace Attorney news, because Game Cola is currently down. So I talk about most of my Ace Attorney feels on Tumblr now, is Turnabout Diana. My fanfiction is Diana E. Gray. And speaking of fanfiction, thank you all so much for those of you who voted for the OC contest. I actually ended up winning, which is awesome. I put in so much work and I worked really hard. And I just said the same thing twice, but that's okay. And I'm super happy that I won. I'm very proud. And thank you all so much for voting. All the other entries were also amazing, so totally go check them out. They were super good, but I mean, I won, so thanks guys, you rock. Love you. And then, actually that's it. I have no more means of contacting me. Don't do it. Use one of those. There are plenty, and I love hearing from you, so, I don't really have anyone specific to thank for this project besides all of you. So thank you all so much, especially all of you who commented and subscribed during this project and liked the videos. Like, that means the world to me. You don't even know. Like, I'm so glad that I have people who will watch me date pigeons. You know, casual. I think that's really all I have to say. So thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me, as always. And you guys are amazing. And I hope that I will see you back here in 2 weeks for the premiere of my new LP. I'll see you then. Bye!